eyes and lines for the connections. So the way it works is pretty much reads it in from maps.txt, finds the file name, finds the next file name from the list, goes into reading from the file, stores the name, as I was saying, stores the name and loads that temp map. So basically what it does is it reads in the name from the list of maps. If I'm creating a temp map object, there's an easier way to do it. I call load for the actual map, which will load the map in from the file, and then if it's not null, I'm going to add it to the map of maps. So yeah, I'll show you in here now. The way I've got a game map loading in is I'm loading it in from the file and I'm overriding the operator for the rooms. So as I said, I'm going to read it in from maps, and this time it's going to be the file name.xkmp. I'm going to I just start some variables here just so I can check. So the first thing it reads in is the special room ID, and then the next thing it reads in is so the first thing it reads in is whether it's a special room or not, the 0 or 1. Then the next thing it reads in is the ID. So if the special room is not equal to 0, meaning it is a special room, it's going to add the ID to a list of special rooms. So basically, so that we have something to choose from, one of the rooms to choose from when we're spawning an item, an XK at a certain time. Otherwise, we're going into override the operator, so it'll load the room object into our map, which I'm going to show you now. I'll just go through this first. Okay, which I'm going to show you now. It's in a game room. That's C++. Fantastic. Yeah, it just took me a second to find the downright file. You can see here that I'm in map room, sorry, not game room, I'm in map room, and I'm loading the map's room in now. So I've already loaded the map in, and I'm running through the list of the rooms. So it's going to run through the file, read in the name of the room, the north ID, the south ID, east, west ID, basically store them into the respective variables, the description of it, and this is where it's going to continue through reading description whether it's not equal to the @ until it's not equal to the @ sign. Sorry, until it's equal to the @ sign, and then it's going to return the room, and the room is going to be stored in game map. So basically, what we have in game room are basically just the small things: add a treasure to a room, remove a treasure, which are the X kits, and get treasure, and just want something to check if it has one. So if I show you map room here, not game room, sorry. Map room is basically just something simple: name, description, the IDs of each rooms, and the X kit that could be spawned in that room. And then just a simple toString to help again, just the name and description of the room, and if something spawned in the room, it'll show that the X kit's in the room. Basically, it runs through all the maps, adding them to a map in-game map. Which game map is here. As you can see here, it's a map of map rooms in a map. So basically, it adds all the rooms into that one, and then if I need to check them for a room, I just get them from the game map. And then the game map is in a map of itself of all the maps in map database. So now I'm going to go back to the other load function. The player database.load is still the same as it was in the example that we got from John, but however I have changed the attributes that are in such like that, because I didn't need a lot of them for my game. So if I go into me show you what it's like. All it stores is the player ID, the name, the password, the rank. They're all similar stuff. The player's score is serialized, and their money, how much money they have on them. The matches played and matches won, and I wanted to keep it as this. I don't need to keep matches lost because I can work the rest out from I can work it out from these two, and basically their kills and deaths in a match. And then this is the X kits. This is pretty much their inventory in the game. It's whatever X kit you have on you, it's going to store it right here. It's unlike the way John was doing it and storing the ID. I store I suppose it's the ID, but I store the name of the X kit as the ID for the map. And inside the player, I'm actually using a vector of X kits to store their X kits, because if I use a map, it's only going to store the one. So the way it stores is it stores the number of X kits they have, and then it just goes over until it's reached the end of this number. So there's no need to go into the load one then. The commands. I thought the commands were quite interesting, and it was a pretty good idea so basically whenever a user enters a command, it's going to I have one command for each thing. So say for chat, I've got chat space, type in whatever you need. So the way I have it working is it loads in a file of commands. So on the left hand side of the file is the actual command that's going to be said. So it's like chat, and on the right hand it's like say, talk, the semicolon, whatever it is. So and they're all just stored in the map as well. So in the map I can actually pass in the key, as in the one on the right, to get the actual string I need, the one on the left, which is I showed earlier on in the video. And you can see them here. Again, just talk gives you chat, say, exit. Shop list is the actual command for when I was typing in shop. You can also type in wares, sale, SLS. Don't remember why I put that one in. Just to give an idea. A lot of people, when they're looking for X kits, they'd be more inclined to type inventory or I or something like that if they're playing like World of Warcraft, things like that. So it's just to kind of account for everyone and what their habits might be when they're looking for certain commands. As in, like, I tend to press A when I'm attacking. Some people might type hit. And that's pretty much simple. It's just reading in from the one file and storing them in the map. And then when it's done loading all the databases, it puts into the system log that the databases are loaded. I'll show you the log files now. I've got them stored here as well. Just a quick look at them. There you go, session open, loading databases loaded, saving, that's when it's shutting down, and server shut down, session closed. Something I just want to keep track of the most important things of the system. The users and errors are, I'll show you them when I'm running through it. So that's init and load. Then it's the basic server stuff, set up the listening manager, the connection manager, add the port to it, start listening, and for the connection manager to manage. And then this is for our lobby running that we started earlier. We set it equal to true. So while it's in here, it's also going to call lobby update. Now I'll get into this in a while, but first of all I'll actually go and look at how the commands are processed in each of the handlers, because when I'm in the lobby I also need to run through a list of, say, rooms, as you saw earlier, to update them. So I'll show you them in a while. So, and this is just to account for any errors happening. You've got these are the same way as the example was done. There's certain errors done. At the end of it, I have to try and save all the databases anytime anything's exited from the thing. So if someone closes the program, it'll automatically come down here and try and save it. And if there's an error with that, it'll say save failed in the error and server shut down. So next, first of all, I have the log on handler. So when someone connects to the server, they're going to be sent to the log on handler. So I'll go and show you that now. Log on. It's pretty much the exact same as it was in the example as well. So it's just the handle one, gets the player data in the string. Sorry, the entered data in that was sent to the server in the string, doing the error check, starting your connection. All the stuff's pretty much the same, just to create new users. I've just changed the layout and the things that are stored. And here I've just got it starts the player with certain money and the base X kits. So the basic X kits that they start with, which is like strength plus, defense plus, agility plus, and I think a health plus. yeah, and then it pretty much just goes to the lobby. If there's no training for this one, it's pretty much they log in or create a new user and they're sent straight to the lobby. Then they can type help if they need to see it. Any help. The enter, it's the same thing. Sends the enter string out to them, puts into the user log that they've entered the login state, and go to lobby, removes this handler and adds the lobby handler. Alright, so that's pretty much stuff you've all seen before. Now, the way the lobby handler works and all the other handler works are completely different than the way the logon works. Well, sorry, not completely, they still have the same functions as in handle and things like that, but I decided to make it a little more of a hierarchy. So instead of having a logon handler straight like that and inheriting from telnet, I created a base handler, which is here. In the base handler, I have the base handler instead inheriting from telnet, and I pass in pretty much the same things in each one and pass them through again. But the thing about this is I have a handle function. In this one, I don't have it in any of the other ones. They just concentrate on enter, leave, hung up, and flood. Sorry, they concentrate on enter, leave, hung up, and flooded. The handle one. The reason I've only got one handle in here is because I have a list of commands, and these are command objects that the user can enter. In each command object, there is the name is passed. The name of the command, whatever, like they type in, like chat, is passed into it. And the function, similar to the way the XKits are done, it's pretty much it passes in the name of the command and the function to perform if that command is called. So I'll show you that now in a minute. But seeing as I have this, I've got now. Anytime I create a new object, I've got logon handler, game handler, room handler, game room handler. They all inherit from base handler, so they've got all this. All have got a command list, and in each room, I basically in the constructor, I add, I just add the commands, the user commands, to that list that they need to update and they can use. This means I can reuse code from each different command, and I can put them in different rooms if I want to, and I can leave them out if I need to. So I don't need to rewrite any of it. So basically, in the handle function, the only thing I've in here that's different is the last command. So so it'll set the last command equal to this one. Then basically what I have is I get the first word that they've entered from the data that passed in. So it parses the first word, stores in the first word. So this is whatever command they do. So if it's like, again, chat space message, whatever it is, it's going to be chat that's set in here. And then I'm going to pass chat in. I'll use chat, the first word, sorry, as the key in my map. So I have a function called map command stored in commands, and all it does is it runs through the list looking for looking for the proper command given what the user input. So if they put in say, it'll return chat. This is the part that does it. It runs through the map. So basically that just turns first word, whatever they enter into the proper command that we need, and then it runs through all the commands in the list looking for it runs through all the commands in the list and calls perform command of each command. So it passes in the command that we just got, the player data again, so in case there are any secondary things, as in like whisper player and then message, and the player object. And if the command is performed by this and it's in the right user command, it'll return true, and if it does, it'll break out of the loop. So now I'll just show you the way that. So yeah, now I'll just show you the way the lobby's done. Seeing as we're going to the lobby handler, got the lobby header. As you can see, I'm inheriting from base handler. I just needed to write the function things again so I can just define them in the C++ file. I have an update in lobby, which is actually called, as you saw there from XK-Vation, it's called here from lobby.update, so it can update all the rooms that are in the list and all the rooms that are available to join in the server, and the match is going on basically. And it's just some functions, to send global, send game, send in game, and logout messages. I've got a max room amount, so there can't be more rooms than 10 in any game. And here you can see the room list, which is just a map of rooms, a game room, sorry. Not map rooms. It's something I confuse myself with often. I need to rename them, but okay. So if I go to the lobby.c++ file,